All right. So, for those of you that don't know, Andrew Tate has had his stay in the Romanian prison extended for another 30 days. And he's not going to be getting out of there anytime soon, from what it looks like. But that's not what I really want to talk about in this video. I want to talk about the deeper implications of what's going on with him and the real truth of what's behind the scenes and what's doing what and why this happened and all of that, right? So if you're an Andrew Tate fan or follower, or if you're not, if you're a hater, doesn't matter. I want you to pay close attention to the things I'm going to say here, okay? Because what I'm about to say, I don't think I've heard anyone say anywhere. I've watched a bunch of videos, people talking about what's going on with him and stuff like that. I've made videos talking about him, how I feel about that situation, what I think is going on. But I'm going to get deeper into it because I see what's really happening. I see the real truth. But unfortunately, I don't see too many people that see what I see. Okay? And that's literally exactly why I'm making this video. Because I need people to see the real truth. I want you to see what's really going on. And if you play close attention, if you really think and focus on what I'm about to say, it's going to make perfect sense to you. But you got to look at it. You got to pay attention. You got to put your biases aside. You got to put your feelings aside, what you think about them, what you don't think about them, and just listen to what I'm saying. Before I get into that, though, what I will say is on this channel, I've showed support for him. I've said, hey, he's not a bad guy. I support what he's doing for men. He's a motivational speaker. He gets people to do things. He has, different ways of doing things. I don't necessarily support what he's done with women because even if it's a kink or not, I'm not into those kind of kinks. So I've heard people defend that, say, hey, if it's a kink, it's a kink, whatever. But I'm not into that kind of stuff. I don't like it. I don't approve of it. But he's a grown ass man. He's allowed to live his life how he wants. And if those women consented to doing those crazy things that have happened, and there have been even ex-girlfriends of his coming out and saying that they weren't being abused by him, they were into the kinks. Well, that's their business, right? It's none of my business. I don't care. I really don't care. That's my true opinion about that. I'm just not into it. That's all I'm going to say. But as far as his message for men and the good he's tried to do for men, he's very good at getting people to think about their lives and what they're trying to do, especially men, right? That's what he's known for. That's what he's famous for. He's even gotten me to, want to get in a little bit better shape. I'm not in bad shape, but hey, he's gotten me to be like, oh, maybe I can do better here, right? But other than that, most of the things he talks about I've already known. It's not anything surprising or new. It's not like he's taught me anything that I didn't already know. But that's not really what he's about, right? He's a motivational speaker. He's somebody that gets you to do things. Even if you know the things that he knows, he gets you to want to do things by the way he speaks. So that's his gift, right? But what I'm about to say, I'm certain, especially if you're a fan of his, you're not going to like what I'm about to say. So again, try to put your feelings aside. Be a grown-ass man or grown-ass woman and listen to what I'm saying, all right? Before I even say that, I'm going to say this. You should never, ever take any of these celebrities or rich people or people that you see on TV or whatever, these influencers, the bigger they are, the less you should trust them. Let's just say that. You should never take them serious. They're all there for a reason. There's no way somebody like Andrew Tate gets to where he is in terms of his influence in the world and what he's doing for men and humanity without someone in a higher position. And I'm talking about the ones that control the world, the evil demons that control the world, letting him do that. Period. They don't let that happen unless they want it to happen. The things that he says are specifically and tailor-made to go against what he calls the matrix. They go against the system. In this society today that is trying to emasculate men at every turn, they're trying to put down men. They're trying to feminize society, right? Everything is about, well, not even that. Now they're going the complete worst way possible, which is, the transsexual way, right? They're trying to do everything to destroy what men and women are, but they're trying to destroy men more than women, and then women, they're trying to destroy them by using men who are not women to take over female spaces and female things. That's what they're doing, right? So somebody like Andrew Tate is clearly not something they want promoted. But why did they allow him to get this far? Why did they do what they've done to him? Why did they let him get into this position of influence? Well, it's very simple. It's the same thing I've talked about already with Alex Jones, Kanye West, Donald Trump, Will Smith, all these people that I've already talked about on this channel. And there are more. There are plenty more people out there that they let get into these positions of influence because they want people to follow them, right? And when you follow these people, you put them on a pedestal, you see them as a hero, you worship them. You're like, oh, this guy's so great. This guy can do this. This guy can do that. He's so amazing. What do they do to these guys every single time? They crush them. They destroy them. They emasculate them. They make them look weak. And what does that do to their fan base? What does that do to the people that support them? It brings their morale down. And when you do that on a wide scale, it creates a very negative cloud of energy, which these demons and these evil entities that control the world, the ones that let Andrew Tate get into the position that he's in, they feed off of that negative energy that's created. That's what's happening. It's called loose farming, if you've never heard of it. That's what they do. That's why they do this. That's why they've let him get to where he's at. And Andrew Tate himself has talked about the Matrix, right? And he has said, hey, they're going to get me. Now, this is what I think is happening with him. I believe he's part of it. I believe the same Matrix that he talks about and says is attacking him. I believe that he knows that this was going to happen. Like he was aware. He talked about it. He said, hey, the Matrix might come for me. The Matrix might do this to me. If I end up dead, I didn't kill myself. I didn't commit suicide. Blah, blah, blah. It's like he's already known. It's not like he was surprised by this. So when it happened, when he was, arrested, he was like anticipating it. And the way that he was trolling Greta Thunberg and things like that, it almost seemed like he was setting himself up for failure. But it's like it was planned, right? It's like he knew. It's like, all right, this is going to happen to me, so I'm going to go out with a bang. And long story short, he put himself in this position to be used by the same Matrix that he claims to be fighting against. Again, when I first started talking about him, I was very supportive of him. And I like most of the things that he says. I agree with most of the things that he says, even though I don't condone everything that he does, but I do agree with a lot of things that he says. But long story short, when I first saw him saying the things that he was saying and I first heard about him, I was like, how the hell is this guy getting away with this? There's no way that they're going to let somebody like this exist. It's just not possible, not in this world. They don't want someone like that around. You want proof? Look what they're doing to him. I mean, the proof is in the pudding, right? They're doing to him exactly the reason why I thought that he shouldn't be around doing this stuff. Because they don't want that in this world. So I was talking to my friend and I was like, they're eventually going to destroy this guy. There's no way they're going to let this guy exist. Like, how does somebody like this say the things that he says and they haven't taken him down yet? But lo and behold, end of last year, they take him down, right? And again, they built this guy up just like Trump and just like all these other so-called heroes that you guys worship, Elon Musk or whoever. I wonder what's going to happen to Elon Musk. Who knows? But long story short, they put these guys on these pedestals. They build these large followings. They have all these people supporting them and looking at them like they're some great heroes, some great saviors. They're doing this, they're doing that. And I'm not saying that they don't do any good at all. They do good. But that's how they get you, right? Because you see them doing good, you believe in them, and next thing you know, they get crushed. They get taken down. They get embarrassed. They get emasculated, whatever. So that's what I see happening to Andrew Tate. I believe he's part of the same system that he says he's fighting. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm finding a very hard time seeing anybody that's not part of the system, especially if they're a celebrity or somebody like a large influencer or somebody that's popular, especially on YouTube. Even on YouTube, people that you think are real people, they're not. They're part of the system too. Once it seems like, from what I've gathered, when you get to a certain level of status, a certain level of influence, a certain level of money, they control these people. I don't care who it is. I don't care who you think is your favorite influencer or the realest person you know out there. I don't care. They're all the same to me. That's what I'm seeing. So I'm like, damn, am I the only real person left in this world? And I'm not saying there aren't other real people, but I'm talking about people that are speaking out and being influential. Because even people that are popular, like even somebody like Steven Crowder or whatever, or Tim Pool. Tim Pool doesn't go far enough with the things he says. He's too milquetoast. He's too middle of the road. Steven Crowder is too political. He's a good guy, but he's too political. Now he has this feud going on with him and the Daily Wire, right? Ben Shapiro, Candace Owens, all these people. I'm like, all these people are controlled from what I'm seeing. Every time you see somebody that you think is a real person, or you think there's some special, outstanding person that's doing good for humanity, they're part of the system. They're just playing their role. Like I've been saying, they're playing their role to pretend to be somebody that they're not. So that way, when they get crushed, it crushes all the people that are following them. So that's why I tell people, don't follow anyone. Not me, not anyone. And I'm talking, you can listen, right? Listen to people. I'm not saying don't listen to people, but take what they have to say, not them, as the truth, right? So in other words, take their word. If you believe them, if you believe what they're saying to be the truth, take their word as the truth, but not the person. The person is just saying something. They're not the truth. They're not the word. They're not the words that they speak. A lot of them, like I said, even somebody like Andrew Tate, they preach all the stuff, but they're part of the system too. That's their job. That's what they're there to do. They're there to lure you in to a trap, and then they disappoint you. It happens every single time. So again, and that includes me, right? Don't take me as some kind of savior or this person, real truth. He's the truth. No, just listen to my words. And if you agree with me, then you agree with me. If you don't, then you don't. But don't put me on some pedestal like, oh, this guy is, oh man, he's, whatever he says, that's the gospel. No. Words are what matters more than the people. That's the truth. What the people say matters. Obviously, actions speak louder than words. But what I'm saying in this scenario, listen to what the people are saying and then take that as either the truth or not. And then go from there. That's all I'm trying to say. I think you guys get the point. But to sum it all up, I truly do believe that he's playing his role. And as real as he's pretended to be, and I'm going to say this in closing. I don't care what happens going forward. I don't care if he's innocent. I don't care about any of this stuff. I don't care if he didn't do it. I don't care if he did it. I don't care about any of it. It's all a show, okay? It's all a show. That's all it is. They're entertaining you people and getting you to participate in the show, right? To believe in the show like, oh, this guy, he's really getting screwed by the Matrix, yada, 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 right? But the part they're not telling you is that he's part of it. He's not going to tell you that, and nobody else is. And no matter what happens, he can make himself look like he has nothing to do with the Matrix or he's innocent and they just set him up, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm just telling you what the real truth is, okay? He's being used by the same Matrix that he claims to fight against. That's all I'm going to say. I've said enough. You guys get the point. If you like, comment, subscribe, share where you can, hit the notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.